Hello everybody and welcome back to Controlled Chaos Gaming. My name is Andy and today we are bringing you some more standard content. On the left side we have Matt playing Lost Box, and on the right side we have myself playing Gardevoir. This is towards exact 60. So we were doing a really cool Monday Labor Day filled with regionals fun. We ended up doing 9 rounds in a row. And only one of us made, quote, day 2, but we had a lot of fun doing it, and we plan on doing another one pretty soon here. So, getting into this battle, we have a Zacian start, not the best start in this matchup, but looks like on the Gardevoir side, getting established a Manaphy and 2 Ralts, potentially trying to prevent that turn 1 Greninja attack from occurring. As we see an Attach Return and a Roar of the Sword on the active, putting on some pressure for next turn. Wow, a really good Pokestop hit there. Gonna find 3 items, and with this Heavy Ball, try and find a Pokemon. Looking at those prizes quick, looks like Matt's gonna take note of it here and pick one of those Pokemon out of it. And it's gonna be the Lumineon, putting back that Hisuian Heavy Ball. And using that Lumineon right away, going to grab a Colress. So this is not a very good hand, but we'll see if Colress can get the Lost Box player out of this sticky situation. Looks like going to play Colress here, and does find a Comfey. That's going to be really good to try and accelerate the Lost Zone. Ooh, but getting rid of the Super Rod and a Water Energy. Of course, Water Energy is in abundance in this Turbo Lost Box deck. I believe they run 5 to 6 most of the time. If you guys want to see the exact list, though, make sure to go check out the Discord in our link below in the description. If you go check out our Discord, we post all of our deck lists in the deck list share, and we have a bunch of fun conversations about the meta and where we think it's going to go next. So it looks like getting a second Comfey with the Nest Ball, and going to use that energy to retreat, accelerating the Lost Zone one more time, getting to 4, which means a Cramorant, yep, can attack this turn. So if there's an escape rope or a way to retreat, that Cramorant can hit either the Zacian or one of the benched Pokemon. And it looks like it's going to be that Manaphy getting knocked out right away. So on turn 1, already the aggression coming from Lost Box. But the Rod is going to go put that back, and an Ultra Ball going to go grab the Manaphy once again, is my guess. Oh, actually was looking for the Lumineon, but it appears the Lumineon is prized. So that Manaphy is going to be the one that's grabbed. Lumineon here would have been very good to set up with a Research or any other potential supporters this turn. However, not doing so means that this Zacian is up for a Dragonite KO this following turn, as it looks like Storm Slash is the attack, taking the first prize on the Gardevoir side. And using Flower Selecting one more time here is going to use the Pokestop now, and going to hit 2 items and an energy. Very nice for the Lost Box player here. Another Rope is going to send up another Manaphy here, and this Manaphy is just getting thrown around into the active spot. Getting rid of the Drapion here, of course, could matter late game against those Gardevoirs, but in this scenario right now, it is just going to hinder if that Pokemon is not able to be Mirage Gated. Looks like the Battle VIP Pass getting Lost Zoned with this Lost Vacuum here, and going up to 7 cards in the Lost Zone. And it's going to be a switch card into the Lumineon, and it looks like it's going to be an attack from that Lumineon, putting it back into the deck. And that's exactly what's going to happen here, is Mirage Gate picks 2 energy, and the Lumineon is going to Aqua Return to take another knockout and reset the ability to go grab another supporter if the Lost Box player can find another Ultra Ball or the Lumineon. Looks like Storm Slash, very quick turn here from the Gardevoir. This is not looking good for the Gardevoir player. Of course, does have the powered up Zacian, but at any moment, Dragonite could take a spot and take a knockout here. And that would just force the Gardevoir player to take action right away. Looks like finding the Lumineon again here. And going to use that Lumineon here to go search the deck for another Colress's Experiment. This Lumineon has been pivotal in this matchup. Of course, with the Lost Box player not having a particularly amazing start, this Lumineon was able to get it going and establish a good setup here, get cards in the Lost Zone, and attack with the Lumineon and with that Cramorant. Looked like Super Odd putting back Cramorant and 2 energy, actually leaving 1 energy potentially for a Raihan later in the game. And it looks like it's going to be Colress's Experiment here, looking through the deck. Going to Lost Zone that Battle VIP Pass once again. Very, very good. You see 3 of the 4 Battle VIP Pass have hit the Lost Zone, which means this is a pretty optimal Lost Zone this game. With that many cards in hand, it appears that the Lost Box player is just deciding what they want to do next, how they want to take this turn, what they want to KO, what they want to leave on the field. I expect that there will be a Sableye attack this turn, which is going to put the Gardevoir player in a very precarious situation here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The Switch Cart and Attach. We'll see Lost Mine here. Let's see where they place those damage. Personally, I think knocking out at least 1 Ralts this turn is fantastic, although with the 70 HP and the 60 HP can only knock out 1 of those Pokemon. And it's going to be another Ralts, and attached to that Ralts, going to play a Collapse Stadium here in a Research. That's a very good top deck from the Gardevoir player here. Does have access to a couple other cards, including that Radiant Greninja. Going to draw some cards with concealed cards. And it's going to be an evolution into that Kirlia here. This is going to allow for Refinement to discard anything in the hand and draw 2 cards. And it looks like a Fog Crystal here, potentially looking for another Ralts, and that's exactly what happens. So getting 3 Gardevoir potentials set up for next turn is very good in this matchup. However, is it too late? We're going to find out soon. Of course, there is no mana fee, which means that the Greninja is free to attack with the Moonlight Slash on the next turn if the Lost Box player wants to go for that. And it looks like taking another KO with Storm Slash, 3 prizes taken with 1 Pokemon here, and this Lost Box player is still not able to find this Dragonite and take a KO. Another tricky choice here from the Flower selecting is going to Lost Zone that Water Energy, and is going to use Clara to get back a Sableye, a Comfey, and those 2 Psychic Energy. This is going to allow for that Sableye to be the backup attacker if a Mirage Gate is used in a later turn. Switch Cart here, going to send up that Sableye and likely going to take a KO on this Kirlia and a Ralts. That leaves with 20 damage left, so I'm curious to see what the Lost Box player is going to do. Mirage Gate does not find another target, just the 1 Water Energy, which means the Sableye could lose out on a Psychic Energy if an Iono is used later in this game. And it looks like Lost Mine going to take 2 KOs and put 20 damage on that Greninja, allowing a Cramorant to KO it if that is the case. Looks like the Gardevoir player really deciding what they want to do here. Of course, Iono to 1 is an option, which we are going to see a little earlier than I expected. I'd like for the Gardevoir player to play down that Cresselia, because a Rope here would allow for a Cramorant to take a knockout on either of the bench Pokemon, whereas with the Cresselia, it cannot take a KO because of the 120 HP. Oh, but it looks like Ultra Ball for the Gardevoir and a Forest Seal Stone Star Alchemy for that rare candy. So this is going to allow the Gardevoir player to not only have a Pokemon that can't get KO'd by the Cramorant, but this is also going to make it a lot harder to KO with something like a Dragonite, if that's the case. And Storm Slash going to take 1 more KO here, and all that is needed is a boss's orders to win the game. But on the other side, all they need is a Psychic Energy to win the game. We're going to see what happens this turn. We see a retreat into the Comfey, Flower selecting, Looks like a tough decision. Once again, we're going to see what happens. Getting rid of the escape rope for a Pokestop, and the Pokestop is used here. Discarding that Dragonite and grabbing a Battle VIP Pass and an escape rope. So, looks like whiffing the psychic energy needed to attack this turn, but does have access to escape rope, potentially. Oh, but it's going to pass the turn, so we're going to see. Looks like nothing. Wow, the Pokestop is used and gets 3 item cards, as that Fog Crystal is going to find a Psychic Energy, and it looks like Concealed Cards is going to attempt to find the boss's orders for game. Can Concealed Cards get this 1 card out of the deck? I know that none have been used so far, and wow, the top card there, and it is going to be boss's orders on that Lumineon for the game. Great game shown by the Gardevoir and the Lost Box. As you can see, both of them had a little bit of an interesting start, but the Zacian there took all 6 prizes on the Gardevoir side, which was really refreshing to see. We got more gameplay coming for you guys soon, but make sure to like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to our channel as we post weekly YouTube videos and we stream every week as well. We'll be back very soon with another gameplay video from this mock regionals that we had. See you guys later. My name is Andy, and this has been Controlled Chaos Gaming.